Hello everyone, I'm Exodus Chun-Long from Hong Kong, China, and today my sharing will be related to some of my field trips in some countries and places about indigenous astronomy and field trips, and also the actual astronomy research. Okay, so I'm actually from the NAEC and co-NOC of Hong Kong, China, and my sharing will be related to indigenous astronomy and some ancient constellations in the Pacific places. So this presentation will explore some first-hand investigations into indigenous astronomy, focus on some ancient astronomical knowledge and instruments from different cultures. So actually astronomy is a fascinating field and study the ancient astronomy by examining some historical sites and artifacts. So it helps us understand how early civilization observe and interpret the night sky in different cultures, which have a really great comparisons comparing to the current universal 88 constellations confirmed by the IU. So what about the roles of ancient sites and artifacts? So there are a lot of different objects. Through investigations, we can know more about the early astronomical practice to know how the celestial events or some astronomical objects would be recorded in some ancient star map or some records. So what's about the Chinese astronomy history? So more than thousands years. So as you can see in the pictures, there are different astronomical tools which will be used for in the ancient time of China astronomical observation history. And for the first thing you can see, there are different armillary sphere would be used for studying the celestial motions, especially for planets and some celestial bodies, constellations in the ancient time of China. And usually it's just like a 3D model of the celestial sphere, and allowing us that we can, through seeing it, we can know more about the historical developments and comparison of different constellations in the ancient time of China and in the recent universal standard. So for the ancient Chinese astronomers, they start observing the sun, moon, and also the stars, and they calculate the 24 solar terms, which are really important, that allowing us to know more about the season, and also for the agriculture and timekeeping. For example, for the left-hand side is a model, a replica model of the sundial, which is allowing us to know more about different times in the daytime. And also the armillary sphere. On the right hand side you can see it's a really great tools for the ancient Chinese people to know more about different celestial objects with pattern, and they try to figure out the pattern and the rhythm, the behind cycle of the motions of the celestial bodies. Furthermore, the astroparks, which is a places located in Hong Kong, cycle is a places that the first part film with the ancient astronomical observational instruments. There are a lot of different replicas of ancient astronomical instruments, including the armillary sphere, and also some of them are using to study the moonrise and moonfall, and also some of them are using to for timekeeping. Some of them are used for for the purpose of studying the celestial bodies or the ancient Chinese constellations and their story behind and the myth behind. So for the Big Dipper cultural significance, that consisting of 7 bright stars, that each of them have different meanings in culture and historical meanings in the Chinese understanding. And usually for the ancient people in China, they use the Big Dipper as a really good guidance for finding the directions and the roads in the nighttime without lights. And this is a field trip in Helan Mountain, and there are a lot of different rock paintings. Probably last for 3,000 to 4,000 years ago, including the sun god stone cave model, and some of them are related to the ancient symbols that might have close relations for the scientists to study, providing evidence of ancient astronomical knowledge in a long time ago, especially Western Xia civilizations and also the Paleolithic era. And some of them are related to sun symbols and celestial motifs. And as we can know that for ancient people, they use the moon art, the rock arts, in order to record the things that they can see about the sky and also about the nature, or about the natural creatures. So it's another field trip with some observations of the emerald in the sky at the Tasmania, Australia. It's a really great opportunity that comparing to Hong Kong, which might not be able to see the Milky Way in naked eye in the rural areas or national parks. So it's a really great opportunity that allowing us to explore the differences of constellations comparing to the northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. And especially, it's a really symbolic, ancient remarkable things that can see in the Australia, that the emu in the sky, allowing us to know more about the historical culture. Email in the sky. So it's really clear to see in a really when it's a really great night time. And it's provisional constellations that are allowing us to know more about the Australian culture and some indigenous spirits and there's some symbolism behind by using some star map that we can know more about the historical stories and meanings in different cultures, not only the Australian culture, but also there are a lot of different Chinese star map that we can use for adjusting by using the digital star map, and we can by setting up with different star culture, and we can know more about different stories or myth behind about the Nordics, ancient Roman, and a lot of different culture behind how people defined, how they try to for the naming of the constellations, and how they figure out by using some daily items as an example or a name or as the naming of the constellations. And I think it's really important and great that by bridging some cultures through astronomy and by the investigations allowing us to understand more indigenous culture and historical stories behind some incidents or some culture or some religious belief or spirits of different places, that they make use of the starlights, make use of the constellations to spell the stories and share it through generations, and allowing more people to know more about the science and the underlying heritage behind. And I think it's really precious, and it's a really great opportunity that for cultural sharing and interactions, and that we can know more about the importance of the actual astronomy and also the indigenous study of astronomy. And this is my email and my website, and please feel free to scan it for more information. And we're looking forward that we do have a lot of different projects about STEM educations, and also the cross-disciplinary science communication about astronomy, and also the dark sky and space science, that we wish to explore more new possibilities of astronomy and popular science in the future. And we are looking forward to hearing from you for new cooperations in the future. And thank you, everyone. And this is my presentations about the indigenous astronomy research that we have explored in Chinese places, and also my field trip in Australia in the past. And thank you, everyone.